Today we're going to be talking, ladies, about how to get love ready. And I'm going to show you just 3 simple questions you have to start asking yourself so you start to get love ready. And that, by the way, is some of the things that I'm speaking in my books and in my workbook. In my book and in my workbook. I have here, this is just the copy I received. This is the workbook where I help you find your own answers and start to figure out how to improve yourself, how to get love ready, among other things, and also help you in your dating journey. This is the companion book that goes together with the Empower Women's Guide to Dating, and this is the Empower Women's Dating Workbook. And I'm going to help you today how to get love ready with 3 simple questions. And okay, so, well, if you guys don't know me, my name is Ileana Sanchez, because we have some new people here, and I am the author of this book, The Empower Women's Guide to Dating, and I'm going to be helping you here in your dating journey. So the first question is, you have to clarify your goals. And this means that you have to know yourself. I'm watching up because I have 2 screens here. The second screen is up. You have to clarify your goals. So you have to clarify what you want. You have to clarify where you're going, right? This is about your life. This is what I love of this process, because as a wellness coach too, we do this process, and there are some exercises, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. This is super important. If you don't know where you go, right? It's like if you are in a ship, you're going to arrive somewhere, but you don't know where. So you know where you are going. So you have to clarify your goals in life, in the short and long term, at least, right? You have to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, you're like, oh, I still don't know how well. You might need to give it a thought. And that's the reason I create also the workbook, so I can help you with very precise questions. But today I'm going to tell you that. So the first question you have to ask to clarify your goals is, what I want from life in the long term. This is the most important question, because then you can start working backwards, right? First things, and this is going to help you in your romantic life. Trust me, very important. If you don't know where you're going, your romantic life is going to sooner or later collapse. This is the first question. What I want from life, what I want, what is my goal, what I want to achieve. This is very important, not just in your romantic relationship. The most important is about your life. Remember, your foundation is about you. If you want to be ready, right, love ready, you have to work on your foundation. Your foundation is you and how you present yourself in the world. So that's the number 1. Number 2 is identify your strengths and weaknesses. You maybe are aware of this matrix SWOT. Actually, what I'm thinking is about doing a workshop. I already did one, what's called the Mojo. Okay, your amazing Mojo. I was talking about that, and I explained how that works. This is a SWOT matrix where you see your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So this is a very interesting exercise, but it takes a lot of time, so I have to explain how it works, how you position every question. But in this case, you can do something super simple. Just grab a piece of paper and write down your weaknesses and your strengths. We all have in both categories, but very important, you have to know your strengths, but don't forget you have to know also your weaknesses. So write it down, and now you know, okay, what do I do with this? Well, first of all, you have to celebrate your strengths, because you have some, but also you have to recognize and be aware of your weaknesses. When you do that, you are in a much better position to improve them. Of course, you have to do something about it, right? Not just to know, okay, I'm very impatient, I have to do something about it. I'm speaking about my weakness. That is, sometimes I'm being a little bit impatient. This is normal. We all have weaknesses. And, well, I try to do something about it. Now, last point, my dears, recognize your emotions. This is, many people will say, okay, this is parts of my weaknesses. Maybe my emotions are a bit too over the top. Doesn't matter. You need to, this is something that I always put it apart, because it's so important. It's so huge, so big. Men and women, human beings, have very strong emotions about something. There are some things that trigger us. There are things that make us feel sad, things that make us feel mad, anger, fear, etc. So you have to recognize your emotions and start to exploring, right, what actually triggers you. When you understand that, when you start to say, I think this is the reason, you know, try to make a little bit of sense of why. In my case, for example, I'm going to speak about myself. Sometimes I'm very impatient, you know. Yeah, that's my nature. But for example, that's my nature. But also, there are things that make me more, make me feel more triggered, right? Like traffic. This is an example. I think many people will identify with me about traffic. Okay, so just an example. I start to get to know myself. I say, okay, I know that I get impatient, but then I try to work out those things, and trust me, it has helped a lot. Now, just a little tip. You maybe heard me before saying this: mindfulness meditation, okay, is one of the most amazing things you can do to improve your emotions, and it has helped me a lot, and I'm sure it will help you a lot. So just give it a try. At least 1 minute a day can make a lot of things. If you don't know how to meditate, just Google it. You can find a lot of ways to meditate. There are various forms of meditation, and it can improve your emotions, right? How you get in touch with yourself. So those 3 questions, darlings, are the most important. Again, I want to tell you, so clarify your goals in life, identify your strengths and weaknesses. That's the number 2. And the last one is you have to recognize your emotions. When you know these 3 things and you have them crystal clear, you start to have a better foundation of yourself. And I'm speaking about that, and I go deeper, of course, and with very specific questions in my workbook, The Empowered Woman's Guide to Dating. I made it because I realized that in my book, I have a lot of questions, and that I said, you have to answer this, you have to know this, you have to this, you know, as a coach, that's what coaches do. We ask questions, so you bring your own answers, right? And you start exploring your own reality. It shouldn't be from my own reality, it should be from your own. So that's why I created this workbook, because I said, okay, I'm prompting people in my book about answering those questions, but when you have this in hand, then it gets super easier, okay? You don't have to have both. You can have one or the other, but when you have 2, it's super complementary. But you don't have to, okay? Just give you an ideas. I'm here to coach you, to give you some absolutely free advice in this group. So that's it. But if you want more, I have a PDF, what I'm speaking about. Okay, this is about you, right? This video. But I have also, if you want to track a great relationship, I have a PDF, a free PDF where you can download, and you can see 3 proven strategies to attract a great relationship. I'm going to put the link under this video, and see you next week with another super tip about mastering your love life. See you, ladies. Bye.